From Studio One in Riverside, Illinois, it's the Late Hour with Lorenzo Cordova. Tonight, Joe Who, Rich Code, Brian Sherman, and Steve Urich. Now, here's your host, Lorenzo Cordova. Welcome back to the Late Hour with Lorenzo Cordova, the most anticipated show this fall on RBTV. Today we have Mr. Joe Who sitting here with us as a co-host. He can tell everything that makes a human being just by the sound of their voice. Is that correct?
Yes.
We have Mr. Rich Coase, who is talent, writer, and producer at WCIU Channel 26, The U.
And I can tell nothing from what you say. So,
just to clarify that. And Mr. Brian Sherman, also known as just Sherman from Q101, WKQX FM Radio Chicago. Chicago's Alternative. Just giving them a little plug because Q101 is my favorite radio station. That is where I first heard Mr. Sherman's voice. And today's show is all about voices, as you can tell. Mr. Who, you can read voices. You have a very good voice that's seen on television and it's heard on television and radio. And
where does it leave me?
And you're heard just on radio.
Okay.
You're heard by a lot of people.
And yours just on the radio.
And can you tell us how big Q101 is? How many people actually listen to it?
How many people? Wow. I don't think anybody's ever asked me exactly how many.
Do you guys have ratings, though?
Absolutely. I mean, there's ratings with every station. I don't know what the actual breakdown is on how many, because it changes from, day part to day part, like when people are listening. Obviously, when the most people are listening are in the mornings and in the afternoons. That's usually when the big talent everybody knows that's on. It's usually in the mornings and in the afternoon. And I fall in the night.
Now, could you tell us about any people you've met in this industry? Any famous people? Because we've been talking about, Mr. Coase, you met your idol and he made you who you are today. And did you meet someone who made you who you are today?
I've met a lot of famous people. I don't know if I can really break down who'd made me who I was. Probably the coolest person, this might be a little hokey, is Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
I'll tell you something, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this guy growing up, and I don't get geeked out with many people because there's always people that are coming into the radio station, and you're like, oh, how you doing, whatever. But I mean, this guy I would see, when I grew up. So he came in, and he was cutting some promos. That's like usually when they say, hey, exactly. What are you doing?
You're listening to Q101, brother. Yeah. Take your prayers and say your vitamins. Or the other way around.
Yeah. Yes. But he did this. He did this on the microphone. Somebody was recording him. But the guy doesn't know how to do it any different. He's still used to being on TV. So he's like getting into it. He's like, let me tell you. And I'm standing like from here to you, Lorenzo. And I'm like, I'm having an out-of-body experience. I'm like, I can't believe I'm standing here watching Hulk Hogan do this. But he was the nicest guy out of any wrestler I've ever met. Very cool, wanted to shake everybody's hand.
Really?
Yeah.
So now, how did you originally get into radio, though?
Got into radio. You want the stupid story or you want the real story?
Whichever is most interesting.
Huber work, stupid story, prison release program, Huber. But no, I went to school. It was a bad joke. Sorry.
You're a Wisconsin native.
Wow, I'll be leaving now. No, yeah, I went to school and.
You're a Wisconsin native.
Yeah, great. Now I'm going to be egged. Let me point out, I had technically a Bears jersey on.
Okay.
It was a Packers jersey. It said "Go Bears" on the back. If that makes any difference. Yeah, I am originally from Wisconsin. My wife hates me. She's an Illinois girl, but yeah, I went to school in Wisconsin and interned for a radio station. Worked there for a while. Ended up getting in at Q101. Took quite a few times, but if you're creative, usually you can catch somebody's eye. So the one that caught his eye, the boss, I sent him. This actually cost me $50. Don't steal this now. $50. I took a $50 bill, ripped it in half, and put it in with my tape and resume. Oh. And sent it to the guy that I was trying to get the job with. And I'm like, okay, if you give me an interview, I'll give you the other half of the 50. But no, it gets better. So I said, okay, if this bribe doesn't work, I've sent naked pictures of my mom.
Oh my God.
I didn't do it. It was a joke. It was a joke.
The audience is walking out of his feet.
Yeah, it was a joke. But yes, that got me the interview. So if you're creative, sometimes it can pay off.
Wow. Now, Mr. Hu, could you tell us anything about Mr. Sherman from what you've heard?
Well, he pretty much told it, unless he wants me to. I mean, as an individual, he's a very independent guy. His private life is, he's gregarious. He can be a very gregarious person, but he's the kind of person that is very cut and dry. You don't have a lot of gray area in your life. You try to be as cut and dry as you possibly can. And you say my wife hates you. You guys love each other, but you know what? She's stronger than you are. In a lot of ways,
she's
yeah,
kicked my
very.
butt,
She's
yeah.
emotionally, she's a very strong woman. And you need a little reeling in once in a while. But no, I mean, he's a creative person. And remember when you're sitting back there, you said you could be a chameleon. That's exactly right. You can act for people the way you think they want you to act, which allows you maneuverability, and you've used that to your advantage.
I can get along with pretty much anybody.
But it also allows you that maneuverability to do that, and other things too. But he stays focused on what he's doing. I was going to ask him a question about a family. Okay.
Okay.
What's going on with that?
What's going on with my family?
Yeah. Children?
Maybe sometime
That's what I'm
soon.
saying. Your family. When is that going to happen?
Yeah, maybe within a year or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but there's twins around your wife.
Wow.
Congratulations. It's so funny you say that because
And I'm dead serious.
My wife's mother has put a twins hex on us. She's like, you will have twins.
There are twins around her.
Yeah, not saying twins are bad.
Okay. Yeah. Not necessarily identical, but there are twins around your wife. So.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure she'll be happy to find that out.
And as a career person, you're progressive enough to be pretty secure. And the business is very difficult. And you're doing what you're supposed to. There's going to be some changes though that'll probably be to your benefit. Probably, and you may not believe this, but your date part's going to change. Your time slot's going to change.
And that's something about the radio business.
Overnight?
No, but it's
The
going
other
to.
direction.
I think by summertime you're going to might be in a different time slot.
And we'll be checking. I'll
hold you to that.
Now, hold me to this also. What if another station was interested in you? What would you do?
You know what? I don't know. Q101's been extremely loyal to me, and
Right.
I'm a very loyal person. I don't see me changing.
Good.
So.
Good.
Yeah, they've been very good to me. I can't.
Yeah,
I
but
would never. try
That
to
says a lot
screw
about
them
your
over.
character.
Yeah.
You see. Okay.
So we'll be listening to see.
Yeah.
Just
Your time
see
slot will
that
change. I know.
And now the radio business you work in is very fickle. Mancow got fired last year. Mancow
did?
is a.
Well, this is news to me. Yes, he did. He did
Okay.
get fired, yeah.
All right. Well, I can't expand on that now because I have to wrap it up. Go to commercial again. So when we come back, we'll be looking at Mr. Urich's wonderful eyes.